my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to this stream. Very happy to have you here. It is 24th of March 2026. I'm very happy this evening to be here. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. We took a short break and I'm happy to be back. We took a short break of 3 weeks and I'm happy to be back. If you're new to this, and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy this wonderful time. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, click the subscription button and let me know where you're watching me from. To be here. Remember, we were reading the scripture and we stopped somewhere, but we're going to continue reading. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and tell me where you're watching me from. Any question, feel free to ask me your questions and I'll be more than happy to answer you. All right? Feel free to ask me your questions in the comment box and I'll be more than happy to answer you. Any questions up to there? Feel free to ask me your questions and I will be more than happy to answer you. Any questions up to there? Are you happy to be here? I'm very happy to be here. I took a small break, but now I'm back and we'll continue reading. Remember, we're just going to extend our reading for the next 90 days. I hope by the end of the 90 days we'll have finished reading the scripture. So join us as we continue reading. Any questions up to that? I have my scripture here. And we'll continue. We just finished, remember, before I left, we finished the book of Job. Welcome to this live stream. I'm very happy to be here. It is 24th of March 2026. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. I know it's raining. I took a break because that time the weather was too bad and I do not want to continue until everything is stable. That's when we'll be able to continue. And that is why there are floods everywhere. And because of that and other reasons, I decided to stop streaming until everything was stable. Alright? I decided to stop streaming until everything was stable because it would not be in the interest of everybody if people are stranded and you're streaming. It would not look for the purposes of public interest. I decided to first relax, and then once everything was back to normal, and continue streaming, because I reasoned that YouTube is not going anywhere. The scripture is not going anywhere. So just a matter of time before we finish reading the scripture. I want us to just focus on reading the scripture and nothing else. So feel free to join this channel and feel free to ask me your questions. At least we are halfway, so it means that we'll soon finish Just in the book of Psalms. I'm very happy that at least we are moving, not in the speed that we wanted, but at least we are moving. Any questions up there? Feel free to ask me your questions. I will be more than happy to answer you. Any questions up to there? Let us continue. All right, Psalms 1. Blessed is the one who does not walk in the step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates in this law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. All right? Whatever he does prospers. Not so the wicked, they're like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction. If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I don't know whether we're going to extend, the hours that we are streaming. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Or maybe we should extend so that we can finish reading the scripture. What do you guys think? Should we extend? Should we extend? Should we extend the time that we are reading the scripture? Feel free to tell me where you're watching me from. In fact, this is the time to read the scripture. Not so many people have done that. So what we're doing is we're on the right page. That is what I believe. Finding time to read the scripture is not that easy. Not so many people find it to be an interesting venture. But we're just going to read nonetheless. Any questions? Let's continue reading. Psalms 2. Why do the nations conspire and the people plot in vain? The kings of the earth rise up and the rulers band together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their chains and throw off their shackles. The one enthroned in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. He rebukes them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath, saying, I've installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He said to me, you're my son today, and I have become your father. Ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance, and the ends of the earth your possession. Break them with a rod of iron, and you will dash them to pieces like pottery. Therefore, you kings, be wise, be warned, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and celebrate his rule with trembling. Kiss his son, or he will be angry, and your way will lead to your destruction, for his wrath can flap in a moment. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. Any questions up to there? I want us to quickly read the scripture without any delay, so that at least the end of April we should be miles away. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to comment. I know it had been a while since we started streaming, but I hope that you didn't forget the goal. The goal was to just read the word. And that's all. I'm not interested in any other thing. I'm only interested in reading and analyzing the scripture, because I realized that most people don't read, and those who read, uh, they don't take it seriously. I came to realize, unfortunately, that most people don't want to read the word seriously unless they're pushed. Most people don't want to do that. Most people want to just relax, and everything will just fall in place automatically. I don't know. Does that happen regularly? I don't know. But well, let's continue reading. Psalms 3. Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying of me, God will not deliver him. But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high. I call out to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down to sleep, and I wake up again, because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear, though tens of thousands assail me on every side. Arise, Lord, deliver me, my God. Strike all my enemies on the jaw. Break the teeth of the wicked. I understand that this time, it's time for politics. I know it is time for politics. There's a lot of politicking going on. But I decided, for the purposes of, for the purposes of continuation, for the purposes of how do I put it? For the purposes of in the future also, I wouldn't want us to, be start focusing on politics of the day, because I realized that sometimes most people, politics is like something that is clogging our flow of things. Politics is good, but the way we are doing it in our country, it's becoming toxic. Let me put it that way. And when I realize that something is becoming toxic, I quietly, leave, because some of these things that we invest in, they're very extravagant. Like fear or hatred. Those things are very, very extravagant. 1 minute you are saying this politician, the next minute, that fear has become too extravagant. It blows out of proportion, and it is very, very. It's a matter of concern, because there's no regulation on the kind of things that our leaders are saying. So, for that purpose only, I will not be part of that discussion. So let's continue reading. I lie down and sleep, I wake up again, because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear, though tens of thousands assail me on every side. Arise, Lord, deliver me, my God. Strike all my enemies on the jaw. Break the teeth of the wicked. From the Lord comes deliverance. May your blessing be on your people. Psalms 4. Answer me when I call you, my righteous God. Give me relief from my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. How long will you people turn my glory into shame? How long will you love delusions and seek false gods? Know that the Lord has set apart his faithful servant for himself. The Lord hears when I call him. Tremble and do not sin when you are on your beds. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe, and comment. We'll be reading. I don't know. Should we read non-stop? I don't know. Maybe depends on so many things. I don't know if I have the energy to stream that long. I don't know, but we'll see. Tremble and do not sin when you are on your beds. Search your hearts and be silent. Offer the sacrifices of the righteous and trust in the Lord. Many, Lord, are asking, who will bring us prosperity? Let the light of your face shine on us. Fill my heart with joy when their grain and new wine abound. In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Any questions up to that? Feel free to ask me any questions relating to what we're doing. I'll be very happy if you ask me your questions, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. Any questions? So, ladies and gentlemen, I said that I want our relationship to be, the only thing. I want reading the scripture to be the only thing that is common to us. All right. I wouldn't want us to diverse. All right. I want us to just focus on reading the scripture, because once we focus on reading the scripture, it's easy for me, it's easy for you. That way we'll not meet anywhere else. I want us to just meet on the scripture. I hope that it works for me. I hope it works for you too. All right. Let us continue. In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalms 5. Listen to my words, Lord. Consider my lament. Hear my cry for help, my King and my God. For to you I cry in the morning, Lord. You hear my voice in the morning. I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly. For you are not a God who is pleased with wickedness. Any questions up to there? Feel free to, ask me your questions. Feel free to ask me any questions. Any questions up to there? Any questions? All right. Let us continue. For you are not a God who is pleased with wickedness. With you, evil people are not welcome. The arrogant cannot stand in your presence. You hate all who do wrong. You destroy those who tell lies. The bloodthirsty and deceitful you, Lord, detest. But I, be your great love, can come into your house. In reverence I bow down towards your holy temple. Lead me, Lord, in your righteousness, because of my enemies. Make your way straight before me. Not a word from their mouth can be trusted. Their heart is filled with malice. Any questions up to there? Feel free to ask me your questions. I will not be doing anything else other than reading the scripture, because I believe that that is the correct thing to do. That is a very good investment if you just invest in reading the word. All right, that's a good investment, because it's a matter of investing. So if you invest well, you might be lucky. You might be lucky. In Kenya, you never know what can happen. Any questions up to there? Any questions? Tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very, very happy to be back. It took, it's called a hiatus. Is it called a hiatus? 3 weeks. Wow, that's too long to be away. But I'm back, and that is what matters, right? Yeah, I'm back, and that is what matters. Any questions up to there? Tell me where you're watching me from. Tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy to be back. Any questions? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Lead me, Lord, in your righteousness, because my enemies make your way straight before me. Not a word from their mouth can be trusted. Their heart is filled with malice. Their throat is an open grave. Wow. Did you hear that? Their throat is an open grave. Ooh, that's scary, right? Yeah. And their tongues they tell lies. Declare them guilty, O God, and let their intrigues be their downfall. Banish them from their many sins, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them. Those who love your name. Surely the Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as a shield. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. I'm very happy to be back. When I took that leave of 3 weeks, I was just wondering, when will I ever come back? I was wondering, will I have, sometimes, it's funny because when you take time before, for example, you've taken a break, or can I call it a sabbatical? When you come back, you start wondering, are you energetic? Are you going to be worse? Are things going to be worse? Or are you going to be better? I hope that coming back will be better. We'll make this program more efficient. We'll cut back on the waste, because sometimes during the other time we're wasting a lot of time, explaining stuff, wasting time on things that that was not our mandate in the first place. So if we just focus on the word, all right, it will make our lives a little bit easier. I hope we are together on that. If we just focus on the word, and that alone, it will make our life very easy. But I came to realize that since we are dealing with individuals and not angels, that is a pipe dream. But anyway, and I always tell people up front is that since we cannot meet on other areas and agree on other areas, because I know we come from different places, we don't agree. Some things we don't agree, which is good. Variety is good. Maybe the way I look at things is not the way you look at things, which is okay. Secondly, sometimes I came to realize that the way we conduct business can be a little bit different. How I conduct this is not the way you would want. How you conduct things is not the way I would want. That is why let's make reading the scripture something that we share. All right. But other things, maybe when I start talking about politics, maybe that is not what I've subscribed to, and I cannot force you to do something. You cannot force me to subscribe in the way you want. So let's just stick to the word, all right? And that is something that is common. I hope that we'll find, because the goal. Any questions up to there? Questions? Let us continue. Not a word from their mouth can be trusted. Their heart is filled with malice. Their throat is an open grave. With their tongues they tell lies. Declare them guilty, O God. Let their intrigues be their downfall. Banish them from their many sins. They have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice in you. Any questions up to there? We'll be reading the Psalms. I hope we'll do half of it, or maybe even a third of it tonight, so that tomorrow we can finish it and continue, with the research. Right? Remember that I cannot. Yes, we'll just be reading together, but I cannot start digging information. All right. No. Any questions up to there? Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as with a shield. Psalm 6. Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger or discipline me in your wrath. Have mercy on me, Lord, for I am faint. Heal me, Lord, for my bones are in agony. My soul is in deep anguish. How long, Lord, how long? Turn, Lord, and deliver me. Save me because of your unfailing love. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Tell me where you're watching me from. And if you enjoy this channel, kindly, and I'm asking you kindly to subscribe to this channel. Any questions up to there? We'll be reading the scripture together. I hope that you will find reading the word to be an interesting undertaking, because the word is interest. Interest, you know the word? That is interest. If at least if you are interested, that is good enough. Yeah. At least if you show interest, that is good enough. And that is how we are going to grow our channel and grow whatever we have set our minds to do. But remember, the word is interest. If you are not interested, well, that's another thing of another day. That's I'm not going to you're interested in other things. I'm not going to force you to be interested in reading the word, but I would recommend, if only you could take your time and read the word. All right, that would be a very, very good undertaking, reading the word. All right, so this channel, as I said, is just for reading the word alone. All right, I wouldn't want to start mixing stuff. All right, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to set a precedent that is not something that is not worth the time. Any questions? Lord, that is Psalm 6. Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger or discipline me in your wrath. Have mercy on me, Lord, for I am faint. Heal me, Lord, for my bones are in agony. My soul is in deep anguish. How long, Lord, how long? Turn, Lord, and deliver me. Save me because of your unfailing love. Among the dead no one proclaims your name. Who praises you from his grave? I'm worn out from my groaning. All night long I flood my bed with weeping and drench my couch with tears. My eyes grow weak with sorrow. They fail because of all my foes. Away from me, you who do evil, for the Lord has heard my weeping. and the Lord has heard my cry for mercy. The Lord accepts my prayer. All my enemies will be overwhelmed with shame and anguish. They will turn back and suddenly be put to shame. Any questions up to there? You can ask me your questions. I will be more than happy to answer you. Any questions up to there? Any questions? You can ask me your questions and I will be more than happy to answer you. It's raining. It's unfortunate that so many people have passed away because of the floods. The rain is a good thing, but also their effects. So put them in your prayer, or remember them in your prayer. Psalm 7. Lord, my God, I take refuge in you. Save and deliver me from all who pursue me. For they will tear me apart like a lion. Wow. And rip me to pieces with no one to rescue me. Lord, my God, if I have done this and there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid my ally with evil, or without cause have robbed my foe, then let my enemy pursue and overtake me. Let him trample my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Ooh. Arise, Lord, in your anger. Rise up against the rage of my enemies. Awake, my God, decree justice. Let the assembled people gather around you, while you sit enthroned over them on high. Let the Lord judge the people. Vindicate me, Lord, according to my righteousness, according to my integrity, O Most High. Bring to an end the violence of the wicked and make the righteous secure. You, the righteous God, who probes minds and hearts. So remember, the scripture says in Psalms chapter 7, verses 9, it is only God who knows the heart and mind. Nobody can probe, nobody knows the heart or mind. You cannot say you can see through somebody. That would be a mistake, because nobody can see through anybody, or unless you feel, or you're deluded, or you're delusional. You cannot say, I know his heart. You don't know anyone's heart. Or I know his mind. That would be a grave mistake. That would be a grave mistake. So you cannot know. And that is a secret. Even Nebuchadnezzar took all the wise men and told them, I had a dream. And he told them, I'm giving you up till tomorrow to tell me what I was thinking. All of them, except Daniel, was the only one who was able to tell, what was in the mind of Nebuchadnezzar. So nobody can say that I know his mind, or I can tell what he's thinking. That would be a grave mistake. Or I know his heart, or I know he's like this. No. That would be a mistake. You wouldn't know. Okay, so it's most people, unfortunately, because of our humanly weaknesses, because people have weaknesses, tend to jump into conclusions or make hasty conclusions. Oh, I know him. And how did you know him? Are you bedfellows? How do you know him? That would be, as I've said, a grave mistake, because you wouldn't know what somebody wants That is something that is only God knows. You can never know what somebody wants, or you cannot know, what fuels a man. You can never know what makes him happy, what makes him angry. No, you can never know. Those are things that most people, they want to. It's like you're in a lab. Oh, I want to know how he thinks. No, you'll be very surprised to realize that people are usually different. What you're used to is not what you can be used to something, but then you realize, oh, I'm in unfamiliar territory. Oh, this man. Oh, he's like this. Oh, but you see, most people, as I've said, they make that mistake. I've seen it so many times, where somebody says, oh, this guy. Oh, I know the formula. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. Any questions up to there? My shield is God Most High, who saves the upright in heart. God is a righteous judge, a God who displays his wrath every day. If he does not relent, he will sharpen his sword, and he will bend the string his bow. He has prepared his deadly weapons, and he makes ready his flaming arrows. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. We'll be reading maybe 1 hour until we finish. We took a 3 weeks break, so I hope that you guys, you went for a holiday. Let me call it a holiday. And I hope that in your holiday you rested. Any questions? Any questions? One thing I've learned about such a time, you say, as I've said before we started, I said fear is extravagant. You can take notes. Fear is very extravagant. Fear can make a person fear can cloud the mind of a man. And so when you realize that your heart is fearful, when you realize that fear is taking over, you need to reconsider the way you're doing things, because fear is something that is that can do a lot of damage. Fear can control a man. As I've said, fear is very extravagant. Very extravagant. It can take you to places that you have never even thought of. And mostly when you're tested, the first thing is, are you fearful? And once you realize that you're fearful, I would highly advise you to trend very slowly when your heart is fearful. Remember King Saul, the only thing that made him to consult, spirits is because of the fear in his heart. This was a man who was anointed, but he ended up, consulting in something called necromancy and divining and diviners. Because of why? He was afraid. Though he was the king, there are things that you need to question yourself, not question others. You question yourself whether you are afraid, there is fear in your heart. And if there is fear in your heart, you need to address that. Maybe because you want to do something, and once I came to realize that some people do something not because they wanted to, but because they're controlled by fear. You know, most Christians are usually, I've read the scripture, and I've read the scripture a lot, more than your average. And you hear somebody saying, quoting 2 Timothy 1:7, that we have not been given a spirit of fear. But when tested, I don't know where that verse goes. Any questions up to there? Any questions? We'll be reading the scripture in Psalms 7. My shield is God Most High, who saves the upright in heart. God is a righteous judge, a God who displays his wrath every day. If he does not relent, he will sharpen his sword, and he will bend the string his bow. He prepared his deadly weapons, and he makes ready his flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. Disillusionment. What is the meaning of the word disillusionment? Let me check what's the meaning, because disillusioned. The feeling of disappointment. That is a feeling of disappointment resulting from the discovery that something is not as good as one believed it to be. You're disillusioned. Yeah, that's funny. Any questions up to there? Yeah, that is the meaning of disillusioned. You thought maybe, just maybe, oh, this was, then you come and realize that that is not what you thought. That is, now you're in a state of being disillusioned. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe, and whoever digs a hole and scoops it out falls into the pit they have made. The troubles they cause recoils on them, and their violence comes down on their own heads. I will give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness, and I will sing the praises of the name of the Lord Most High. Psalms 8. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I would like you to join this channel. It's one of those things that I've done in my life, and it's one of those projects that I did in my life, and I felt good about. Yeah, it's one of those things that I did and I felt good about it. I hope that in the next 90 days we'll be able to finish reading. This is not the first time. In fact, we finished reading the first time in December 21st, just before Christmas. But this time around, I want us to finish a little bit earlier so that we can even read the Bible again and again. I hope that mastery of the scripture is something that is very dear to me. Mastery of the scripture. Most people, I came to realize, I was doing my own, I came to realize that most people, when it comes to the word, most people are not more than 50%. At least you should have a feel of the word and know the word well, so that when you're tested, then the word can start flowing. You see, most people, I don't know, Psalms 8. Lord our God, how majestic is your name in all the earth. You have set your glory in the heavens through the praise of your children and infants. You have established a stronghold against your enemies to silence the foe and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, What is mankind that you are mindful of them, human beings that you care for them? Psalms 8:5. You have made them a little lower than the angels and crowned them with glory and honor. You have made them rulers over the works of your hands. You put everything under their feet, all flocks and herds, and the animals of the wild, the birds in the sky, and the fishes in the sea, all that swim the paths of the seas. Lord our God, how majestic is your name in all the earth. Psalms 9. Any questions up to there? I will give thanks to you, Lord, with all my heart. I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. I will be glad and rejoice in you. I will sing the praises of your name, O Most High. My enemies turn back, they stumble and perish before you. For you have upheld my right and my cause, sitting enthroned as the righteous judge. You have rebuked the nations and destroyed the wicked. You have blotted out their name forever and ever. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. I'm very happy to be here this wonderful hour. Should we do another hour? Should we do another hour? Feel free to be part of this channel. I enjoy reading the word, and seriously, I do. I'm very, I'm an interested party in reading, not just reading the word, but also in the mastery of the word. I'm an interested party. Not just a bystander. No, I'm an interested party in the word. All right. And if you have mastered the word, then it will start being part of you. Any questions up to there? They say that if there's anything that God exalts, is his word. All right. Any questions up to there? We're in Psalms 9. Any questions? Any questions? Feel free to subscribe and comment. I will not be moving out of here until we at least do up to Psalms 30, maybe, or 20, Psalms 20, Psalms 30. That way, we'll be able to finish reading the scripture on time. For you have upheld my right and my cause, sitting enthroned as the righteous judge. You have rebuked the nations and destroyed the wicked. You have blotted out their name forever and ever. Endless ruin has overtaken my enemies. You have uprooted their cities. Even the memory of them has perished. The Lord reigns forever. He has established his throne for judgment. He rules the world in righteousness and judges the people with equity. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. Sing the praises of the Lord, enthroned in Zion. Proclaim the nations what he has done for he who avenges blood remembers. He does not ignore the cries of the afflicted. Lord, see how my enemies persecute me. Have mercy and lift me up from the gates of death, that I may declare your praises in the gates of Zion, and there rejoice in your salvation. The nations are fallen to the pit they have dug, their feet are caught in the net they have hidden. The Lord is known by his acts of justice. The wicked are ensnared by the work of their hands. The wicked go down to the realm of the dead, of the nations that forget God. But God will never forget the needy. The hope of the afflicted will never perish. Arise, Lord, do not let mortals triumph. Let the nations be judged in your presence. Strike them with terror, Lord. Let the nations know they are only mortal. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Tell me where you're watching me from. We're in Psalms 10, and I hope that it's raining, and and I hope that 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 you will enjoy. You'll enjoy this this stream. Any questions? I hope you're enjoying these streams. I hope that you love what we are doing. I said that we are the only horse in the race. I said we're the only horse in the race. So saddle, and sit tight because yes, let's continue. We are the only horse here, so don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Psalms 10. Why, Lord, do you stand far off? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble? In his arrogance, the wicked man hands down the weak, who are caught in the schemes he devises. He boasts about the cravings of his heart. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. It is 1:30 a.m. and I am your favorite host, Raymond Mutuku, and I'm very happy that you have decided to join us tonight. And I hope that we'll continue. Now that we have taken a break, we'll be moving now with speed. We'll be moving with speed. We'll move with speed, all right? So we'll be moving very, very quickly. And I hope that you will be able to keep up with, with us, all right? Be able to keep up with us. I don't want you to start giving me excuses. Oh, I'm not young. That is your problem. You have subscribed. You want to run, you want to run with men with horses. So sit back. Any questions up to there? In his pride, the wicked man does not seek him. In all his thoughts, there is no room for God. His ways are always prosperous. Your laws are rejected by him. He snares at all his enemies. He says to himself, nothing will ever shake me. He swears, no one will ever do me harm. His mouth is full of lies and threats. Trouble and evil are under his tongue. He lies in wait under the villages from ambush. He murders the innocent. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And I'm very happy to be here. Is this too much for you? If you feel that we are straining you, kindly move and go to sleep. You're free. It's okay. I understand. It's okay. You can go to sleep. We have excused you. Don't feel that you're obligated to be here. Don't feel like that. Don't feel like I'm forcing stuff down your throat. No, I'm not. But if you feel that you should be somewhere else, watching a movie or doing something or reading a book, it's okay. You can leave. It is okay. Any questions up to that? Any questions? Feel free to subscribe and comment. He says to himself, nothing will ever shake me. He swears, no one will ever do me harm. His mouth is full of lies and threats. Trouble and evil are under his tongue. He lies in wait near the villages from ambush. He murders the innocent. His eyes watch in secret for his victims. Like a lion in cover, he lies in wait. He lies in wait to catch the helpless. He catches the helpless and drags them off in his net. Wow, who does that? His victims are crushed, they collapse, they fall under his strength. He says to himself, God will never notice. He covers his face and never sees. Arise, Lord, lift up your hand. O God, do not forget the helpless. Why does the wicked man revere God? Why does he say to himself, he cannot call me to account? But you, God, see the trouble of the afflicted. You consider their great grief and take it in hand. The victims commit themselves to you. You're the helper of the fatherless. Break the arm of the wicked man. Call the evildoer to account for his wickedness, that you would otherwise be found out. Any questions up to there? We'll be here. I'll not be going anywhere. I hope that you'll be here to read the word with us. Keep up. I wouldn't want you to be left behind. Okay? Don't come up with your funny excuses. All right? Any questions up to there? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions up to there? Let's continue moving. I hope that you're enjoying this stream. I said, if I were to be given that, I would, force people to read the word. I would not make it voluntary. I would force you down your throat. Because a nation can only be a nation if and only if the word is in their minds and hearts. Whatever is happening in this country, whether it's Gen Z, I don't know, it's because there was a gap. You see, you find that they can decide to do whatever, whenever they want. It's because, don't blame them. In fact, I was watching these Gen Zs, the way they're saying, oh, we're going to register for voters. I don't know, to Kokadi, I don't know what. Listen, it's because they're just, rebellious in nature. It's just fuel. It's not fueled by their desire to vote. No, they're fueled by other things. They're fueled by other things. Whenever, even, and I was telling them, all these people are saying, oh, we'll come out in large numbers. Even if we give you Jesus to be your president, you'll still not be satisfied. You'll come up with an excuse and go to the streets. Or whatever, even if you're given gold, whatever you're given, you'll not be satisfied. You'll start saying, oh, we want something better. That is just, that is not how. In fact, I was even watching and I said, you know what? Yes, let them register because they're trying to fight back, which is very, very expected of them. But they should know, and I want to tell them for free, that removing a sitting president, it requires a lot of stuff. It requires a lot, A sitting president has already, in the first 5 years, they have already, put a machinery in place. It's not a question of votes. Let me explain that to my brothers and sisters, because I also care. They have put their machinery in place. Do you know the meaning of machinery? They have already invested in. So even if you say we're going to register 100,000 young men and women so that you can do what? So that you can uninstall a sitting president. That is because what you are doing is you're just setting yourself up for disillusionment, because that will not happen. And I told you guys, and I want to go. Listen, and I want to put it very clearly to you guys so that you may understand what I'm trying to say. Even before Ruto wakes up in the morning, he has 5 million in the bank. Even before he says he has 5 million. Even before he brushes his teeth in the morning, he has 5 million in the bank. Already ODM is going towards UDA. Surely. Do you need any further explanation? Even if you start saying he's becoming thin, that, ladies and gentlemen, will not change results. Even if you go and register until tomorrow, that, ladies and gentlemen, that is sealed, that is gone. If you want to contend and contest, save your energy and save your time. Save yourself from the pain. Because we have just done very quick mathematics for you. Even before Ruto comes out of his bed in the morning, already has 5 million in the bank. The Jaluos will add him another 2 million. Cost will move towards Ruto. So even if the rest of you don't join in the fray or don't join him, the rest of you are just add-ons, accessory, something that he doesn't even need. So even if you are angry, you should be not angry with Ruto. You should be angry at the machinery. You should be angry at the machinery, not at him. But you see, the problem with people is that they're angry with whoever is in power. But you have to understand that whoever is in power, any person in any position of leadership, they have invested in machinery. So when you're fighting, you're not fighting the individual, you're fighting the machinery. Are we together? And I can give you a very good example of a politician in the US, in the state of Arizona. She's called Carrie Lake. You know, she was fighting. She was not fighting. Yes, she was a new politician, but she was fighting the McCain machinery. It's called the McCain machinery. You know, and she wanted to be senator, but the machinery, you know the meaning of machinery, but the machinery was also working even if that person is in absentia. Number two, she wanted to be governor of Arizona. Again, the machinery, you know, she was just pressing the buttons and the machinery woke up again and started fighting her. Yes, as much as she was popular with the MAGA, but the machinery, the machinery. Some people have never understood what I'm trying to say. There's a machinery, you know, there's a system in place. You know, you can say, oh, I think it's easy. No, it's not. It's not easy. The machinery is working, you know, around the clock. Are we together? That is what I'm trying to push that message to you, my brothers and sisters. That you see, and I've already told you guys, because whatever you are doing, you know, these Gen Zs, I have seen what they're doing. They are saying tukokadi. You're just, you know, setting yourself up for disappointment. Because I can assure you, there's no Gen Z who can remove a sitting president. There's no Gen Z or Gen Y, Gen X, Gen M, Gen F, whichever gen that is there. Because I'm not saying this in arrogance, I'm just stating the facts the way they are. Because a sitting president has the resources and has the, this is Africa. This is not, those countries abroad where, a sitting president can be removed, like the US. But since you see, the US, their democracy has grown, and it's very, very difficult to replicate what they have here. You see, it's you can even see, even from now it's in 2026, you can even see, even while you're here, even if you say, oh, that will never happen, but if you can see for yourself, the Gen Zs going to the streets in 2027, you can see it. It's something that is in the process, something that is, cooking. Why? Because they believe that their voices, they will remove a sitting president. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not possible. I'm not discouraging anybody. I'm just saying that removing William Ruto from State House is like trying to remove, what do I say? It's like trying to, how can I put it? Because already he has also invested. Should we continue, or are you guys tired? I said that we're going to finish with politics, but I'm just giving you simple mathematics, very simple mathematics to help you, because I can see these people of Murima, they have said that they are angry, but also remember that this man called William Ruto, if he removed, you see, I want you to do very simple mathematics. If William Ruto, and I'm trying to help you guys, so that this man, he doesn't need him in government, so that this man, he can survive without him. So I'm asking myself, he had already done his mathematics when he started that process of impeaching him. So already that die was cast. And by that time he impeached, this man. He has done a lot of mathematics to counter that. He has already found a way to deal with that. All right. So if he had already removed the man of DCP, now he has already found a replacement. That is the guys from ODM. What else? What other mathematics is there? Because now if you fight that, it's a machinery. It's a machinery. It's the die has been cast. It's like a mathematical formula. What is the area of a triangle? It's already fixed. It's a half times base times height. So if you, because it's a mathematical formula, so if you try to change this, the maths is going to work against you. And that is exactly what I've been trying to explain to people, that any action, it's physics. The second law of what? What is the second law of, what is it called? Thermodynamics? Every action, is the Newton's law. Every action has an equal or opposite reaction. So, as I'm trying to just tell you guys that trying to change that will be very difficult. If you want, and I will just give you It's a very small piece of advice. If you're interested in, if you're interested in running, if you're interested in politics or running, wait for another dispensation, but not now, because whatever you're trying to do will be met with resistance. Are we together? It will be met with any questions up to there? It is 1:40. You want to go and rest? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Do you want us to continue reading, or should we start another stream? Should we start another stream? So, ladies and gentlemen, I've already told you. That is why I've already said that you can even tell that you can even say the direction of where we are going, because number one, you can even just say very quick mathematics. Let's not even look at the side of Ruto. Let's look at the side of Gachagua. Even as things stand today, he doesn't have the 50+1. So this case will go to the Supreme Court. And once it goes to the Supreme Court, you know the results. So, as I've said, it's going to be very, very difficult to remove a sitting president. It's very difficult. It is like, I don't know, as much, even if they combine all of them, but as things stand today, ODM is going towards DCP. Sorry, ODM is going towards UDA. They're going to also take another party, those who are interested. And I'm very, I know that soon or later, another party will just join UDA. So by the time we go for elections, UDA will have the support of 2 or 3 more parties. So they will boost their credentials so bad that this party called DCP or even Wiper, they will be isolated. All right? And I'm not saying that I'm not God. I'm not God. But I'm not saying that because I'm self-conceited. But I am very sure. I am very, very sure that the system will work against these guys. So the die has already been cut. Let's wait, because now, the Gen Zs have been told there are 6 million, but even in those, their mathematics is incorrect, because even the 6 million, half of them are from Rift Valley. The 6 million that the Gen Zs are saying, half of them come from the Rift Valley. So if that mathematics is not their mathematics, is not correct. Their mathematics is not correct. Now, if they are saying that Tuko Kadi is a vehicle that will help them, they just have a sample size of Nairobi alone. So that mathematics again is not correct, because they have not done a national-wide look. They have not checked everywhere whether the music is the same. So this is just a few guys who want to, for one reason or another, they want to create an illusion that they're winning, but the mathematics on the ground is disagreeing, because there's something called it should correspond. Whatever you're saying should correspond. Whatever you're projecting should correspond on the ground. So when they're saying that tukokadi, because I'm giving you just a very small explanation so that you don't get it wrong, because you can, for example, you see, you can only know you're good when you are tested. For example, if you do an exam yourself, you will say you will be the top student, right? Yes. If you're the only one sitting for the exam alone, then definitely you will come out the best. But if you are now, whatever you're saying is measured against other students, or if there's competition, you'll start saying, oh, the system was not free and fair. And that is exactly what I'm trying to say. Because sometimes, the guys of DCP, they should do the mathematics of if offered. Now I'm just being very honest. The guys of DCP, and please forgive me because we've just gone exactly to politics and I was trying to avoid the guys of DCP. These are for the guys of DCP. You guys, if you want to know your mathematics, don't do your mathematics, do the mathematics of UDA. And then you realize how wrong you are. Because if we just do a very quick mathematics of DCP, let's give them the entire Central. Let's give them that for free. Let's even give them Nairobi, which is not possible. It will be a 50-50. But let's give them Central, and let's give them Nakuru and Laikipia for free. Where else you guys have, where else? Let's do your mathematics. I'm going to help you. Your mathematics from the word go is 5 million. Only 5 million. All your counties, all of them plus Nakuru, it's 5 million. Now, where else? Even if you join with Wiper, that is 1.52. Already, that has already been countered by Rift Valley and ODM. Has already countered that. That has cancelled that. Now, let's go to Embu. Let's go to Meru. All these guys of Ndiki. Let's go to Mombasa. Let's go to Northeastern. Let's go to Western. Let's go to all these other areas. So you find that whatever you guys have will be cancelled by ODM and Rift Valley. Now, whatever small, whatever remains will all go to one basket, the UDA basket. You see? So that's why I'm trying to tell you guys that they've already, also those people, they've already done their mathematics, and their mathematics and their maths is mathing. Their mathematics is doing what? Is mathing. Their maths is mathing. So it's going to be very, very difficult to remove a sitting president. That is why I'm just trying to appeal, because even if I know exactly what I'm doing, you guys might think, oh, even if, we'll still go on. Oh, they say it's football, even if it's first half is 3-0, then even if we are 3-0 down, we are allowed to play. It's okay. It's okay. I've not refused. But I've just told you, it's gonna be very, very difficult to remove a sitting president. All right? Can we start another stream? All right? Wow. Welcome, guys. guys. If you're new, sorry about that. We went for a smooth meeting. Sorry about that. Let us continue. Any questions up there? Sorry about that. Can we start a new stream? Start a new stream? Alright, I want us to start a new stream so that